Hey, everybody, welcome back to another Freedom Chronicles Shorts episode. Thank you for joining, and make sure you hit that subscribe button. If you're watching on YouTube, hit that subscribe button, hit that like button, comment down below, and share it with your friends. And if you do subscribe, hit that little notification bell as well, so you make sure you don't miss any of these episodes and videos, or make sure you don't miss any of the full episodes of the Freedom Chronicles. And if you're on Rumble, make sure you hit that subscribe button, hit that thumbs up Rumble button, comment down below, and right next to the subscribe button is that nice little red button that says join. You can join the locals community and become a member of the Freedom Chronicles locals community and get a whole bunch of great exclusive content, extra long interviews, Kenny in the Corner, Ken Lovejoy's rants, and bunch of fun stuff. And if you would like some Freedom Chronicles merch, check that out right there. The Freedom Chronicles shop is open. Use that QR code or use the link down in the description. Go check out the Freedom Chronicles shop. Grab a shirt where you can get loud locally. You can say, if not us, who, if not now, when, and that means now more than ever. We have another great JFK shirt as well on the site, and we have this Ronald Reagan one, evil is powerless if the good are unafraid, and that will kind of go into today's video a little bit. And of course, we are entering, this is 4th of July weekend. Today is Saturday, July 1st. We did it. We made it through Pride Month. We made it through Pride Month. Well, now, folks, it is July, and July 1st, and now all month long, you don't just have to celebrate the 4th of July on the 4th of July. It is American Pride Month. So, be proud to be an American. And they love talking about, well, we need a flag that, it covers everybody. Well, we have that, and it's called the American flag, right there. The American flag, stars and stripes, that is the flag that encompasses all right here in America. It's one nation under God, and you pledge allegiance to that flag right there. We love it. So I definitely want to say this before we get into this episode, and it might be a little longer than 8 minutes, so I apologize if we get a little longer on this one, but I think it's important. We have a couple topics to discuss, and everything discussed on this channel, really, whether it's the regular show or videos like this, anything discussed on this podcast is solely my opinion. It's my opinion. If Lovejoy's speaking, it's his opinion. This is an opinion show. So take for that what you will. We're going to discuss a few things. I've had certain training where I'm certainly no expert on anything. I'm a professional musician, so I'm slightly an expert on that. But certainly all of this is my opinion. Take it as such. And as we talk about certain things, go get an expert's opinion as well. So as of July 1st here, Florida becomes the 26th state. It's now a majority for constitutional carry. So, again, my opinion, and I want to talk about this for a minute. There is a difference, and people need to understand there is a difference between constitutional carry and open carry. We do not have open carry in Florida, so you can't just, be having your 6-shooter on your belt going, look at me, folks, look at me. You can't do that. But now also, you no longer need a concealed carry permit to conceal carry in the state of Florida. Now, you can still get a concealed carry permit in the state of Florida, and that's nice because you can then use that if you go across the country. There are certain states that have reciprocity, so you're covered under your concealed carry permit from Florida. But if you don't travel, or especially don't travel with a weapon like that, you can buy a gun and conceal it and carry it concealed in the state of Florida now under constitutional carry, where you do not need a concealed carry permit. So very good. It's a great thing. Florida is now the 26th state to do that, and I think more states need to do that. It's very interesting. Obviously, don't go to New York. They do not have reciprocity with Florida. So that being said, folks, we're in the 4th of July month here, Independence Day, independence from tyranny. What do tyrannical and controlling governments constantly try to do? They take your guns. You see it in Australia, and that's why you saw such horrible lockdowns in Australia. They have no guns in England. That certainly doesn't stop all the knife attacks that have happened in the past. I remember many years ago there were reports of Americans having acid thrown in their face, strictly for being Americans, in just random attacks that were happening in the UK at the time. And now you have what is happening in France, and they don't have any guns to defend themselves. Now, there are tons and tons of videos, especially on Twitter, that have been circulating. I recommend certain videos I do not recommend people with weak stomachs look at, because some of these things are very terrible. But people need to see what is happening. That's why even the title of this episode, zoom out and look at the world. See where we are as a nation, as Americans in America, and then look at other countries, how they handled COVID, how they handle their citizens, and how the leaders of these countries act. I'm not talking about Russia and Ukraine and all of that. Constantly, all you hear about, well, Putin's doing this, oh, Zelensky's doing that. Zoom out more from that. Look at what the EU countries are doing. Look at France. Look at France right now. You're not hearing about it in the mainstream media. Michael Jan, I highly recommend people go, especially if you create a Locals account, download the free app, look it up on your computer, join Locals anyway. You can follow a ton of people. Steven Crowder has his Mug Club on there. Russell Brand does his show and has a lot of exclusive content on there. Dan Bongino, the Freedom Chronicles. But folks, you need to follow Michael Jan. Michael Jan was doing a ton, and he still does a ton of journalism by going down into the Darien Gap and talking about all of the people, a lot of Chinese people actually going through the Darien Gap in Panama, working their way up through Mexico and getting into the United States. But now here he's talking about France, and he tweeted this out, and I highly recommend folks go follow Michael Jan on Locals and see the videos that he posts. Go follow his Substack, read the articles he writes, and this is very, very interesting. He writes this: chances of this happening far worse in the USA, 99%. Some fish do not mix well in the same aquarium. They kill, rape your women and children, and then enslave or kill them. African-American Elon Musk fled barbaric hordes and is working to escape to ultimate gated community, Mars. Yeah, exactly. But you have what's happening in France right now, and it really is a bad situation. No guns, a government that will not step in to do the right thing because they have unsecured borders. And what you end up with is something like this. Michael O'Fallon tweeted this out. He says, 1, create the problem. Allow hundreds of thousands of undocumented young men into your nation. Coordinate an insurrection/rebellion. Arm the insurrection. Disempower police. Defund the police. That sound familiar? Disempower police. Plant the seeds for potential chaos. This is a long game, folks. This doesn't just happen overnight. 2, organic reaction. Unarmed French citizens begin to resist, but are beaten and shot. French drivers are being pulled out of their cars and beaten. The French begin to rise up, but are outgunned and outarmed. You're seeing these people, and a lot of them are Islamic migrants. Now, you can talk about why the riot started. There are a few theories about that. But it is insane, folks. Literally, I just saw a tweet this morning, a video of a building that survived bombardment from World War II. And it has now collapsed because it's so on fire, and these riots that are happening in France. It's horrible what is happening there. Go look it up. Do your own research. That's the biggest thing. You have to do your own research. And not only that, Jack Posobiec tweeted this out, and unfortunately, I have seen the video. Again, it was on Twitter, but a video just came out of France of a Frenchman trying to stand up to the mob. One guy trying to stand up to the mob and had both of his hands cut off and was lying in the street. And Jack Posobiec is right. Macron has failed his people. He also tweeted this out. The media went wall to wall with coverage of Prigozhin there, the so-called coup in Russia. Where is the media coverage of the nationwide French race riots? It's very bad, folks. So Michael O'Fallon continues. We read number 1, number 2. Number 3, solution. French military moves in to quell the insurrection rebellion. Revolutionaries are embedded within towns and house-to-house combat occurs. Revolution is quelled, but a suspension of civil liberties is enforced. Rights disappear, and safety is enforced. It's for your safety. It's for your safety. Can't let you go out right now. It's for your safety. Meanwhile, several other coordinated uprisings are sparked across Europe. You're starting to see things more and more happen in England. I'll be interested to see how it's going to happen in Italy, because the new leader there, she has been doing a pretty good job. She's not taking any BS from these people. So hopefully, if something does start to happen there, she's able to shut it down immediately. But Macron has been weak, and he's letting this happen. The tweet continues from Michael. European nations begin to point towards Hungary as the solution, but Hungary is a puppet state of China. The surveillance state will be seen as the answer. Create chaos, then create the new order out of the chaos, because chaos is a ladder. We applaud that tweet because it's very true. It is a long game, and as stupid as it sounds, folks, watch the Star Wars prequels, because the amount of political discussion in those movies really shows these people in government and whatnot, they create the problem and offer the solution. It can be true for riots that happen around the country to be used for cracking down on the community. It can be said for what happened with COVID and the locking down. Again, control. Governments want control, but it's also they disarm the people. These rioters are walking around France with belt-fed machine guns. I've seen the videos of it. Look it up for yourself. Do your own homework. An unarmed society is a victim society, because a good guy with a gun will always defeat the bad guy with the gun. People have to be able to defend themselves, and that's why we applaud the constitutional carry here in Florida, because being able, the right to bear arms, and it shall not be infringed. Other countries do not have the First Amendment or the Second Amendment to protect the First Amendment. So remember that. Zoom out. Look around the world at what's happening. Do your own homework. Because where is the mainstream media coverage of this? It's not there. You have to do your own homework, folks. And be wary, because what you're seeing in France can very well happen here in America. So we start July 1st, American Pride Month. Be proud to be an American, but don't take it for granted. See you in the next video. Subscribe.